Hey guys, so I told you I'd have a video to make up for the fact that I didn't make one on Christmas Day, and here it is. This is my top 10 list of movies of 2015 that I have seen anyway, because there are a couple that I haven't seen because they aren't out yet, but they probably would make it onto my list, but those honourable mentions will get a mention after I've done my top 10. Wow, day is the day of reckoning. We'll see what this one's like, where it's just going to be another select sequel, or whether it's actually going to be good or not. We're going to have a good old time together. So we're just going to get straight into it and kick it off with number 10. And yes, I'm having to use a list because I had to properly think about this because there were so many films that came out this year. But kicking it off at number 10 is Spy.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm the person that's gonna cut your dick off and glue it to your forehead so you look like a limp dick unicorn. That's who the fuck I am.
Now this film genuinely, I'm not sure to many people, but to me was absolutely hilarious. I loved Melissa McCarthy and she's always funny in most of the things that she does, but in this she was genuinely hilarious. And Jason Statham as well, I found him so funny when he kept making out that he was like such a badass with all these little lines and all that. And Jude Law, I thought he was really funny. And the female, I can't remember her name though, so yeah. But everybody played a really funny part in it, and it was a hilarious film, just such a funny spoof of the espionage series and the espionage films that you normally see nowadays. So that definitely comes in at my number 10. Number 9 coming in there, and you're probably gonna laugh at this one, but genuinely I don't care, I found this quite an entertaining and fun film, is Pitch Perfect 2.
What an inspiration to girls all over the country who are too ugly to be cheerleaders.
Yes, Pitch Perfect 2. Now, to many people, probably it would seem like a film that isn't really for the male audience, but genuinely I thought it was great. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a fun time. It was funny seeing Rebel Wilson in it. She was so funny in that scene where she was singing to, I can't remember his name, but he's like the male character who eventually plays as her boyfriend. She's just singing to him, and it's so funny, and just coming along on the little boat thing. That's in my number 9 because it was just, I really enjoyed it. I had such a fun time with it. Coming in at my number 8 is Fast and Furious 7, or Furious 7 as it's called in America.
What's up now? What's up now? What's up now? Hold it down like what's up now?
Now, this one I had a proper fun time with. There was lots of explosions, lots of action. The acting was okay, I'd say. I'd say it was alright in this film. It was just so fun. In the last 40 minutes I had a right blast with it, so I did in the last 10 minutes were pretty emotional. Jason Statham also played a really good villain in this film. I really enjoyed his performance in this. Along with the rest of the cast, they were all okay. It's a Fast and Furious film, so you know what to expect really going in. But like I say, I had a blast with this film, so that is my number 8. I'm sorry that I'm having to keep looking down, by the way, guys. It's just, it's a list and I haven't really got this properly down, so you'll have to excuse me. Coming in at number 7 is, I had to look down again, god damn it, Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Man, I have trouble understanding you people sometimes. You all talk so funny.
Now this film was such a good movie. Colin Firth was fantastic, and the newcomer actor, I can't remember his name, but he's a newcomer. He was absolutely fantastic, and this entire film was fantastic. There's not really many other words apart from fantastic that I have for this, but I had a proper blast with this film. The action was intense, the fight scenes were fantastic. The last 40 minutes of this film was so much fun, and I just really enjoyed this film, and I would have it higher up, but there were a couple of films that I did prefer to this film, but it was just so fantastic. Coming in at number 6 is The Martian.
Tell my family that I never stop fighting to make it home.
Now, I really enjoyed this film. I thought the filmmaking was great, and it's like Roland Emmerich's come back, and it was a really good film. I had such a blast with this film. I really enjoyed this film. The cinematography of this film was great. The direction of this film was great. The writing of this film was great. And I know it was based off a book, so that's probably where most of the writing has come from, hopefully. I haven't read the book, but I'm hoping that it actually stuck to the book. But it was just such a good film, and well done to Roland Emmerich for having his little comeback with The Martian. Coming in at my number 5 is Mad Max Fury Road. Now, I had a right good time with this film. This film was so good. The carnage, the post-apocalyptic world, the weird people, the weird guitar guy. This film was so weird and zany, and it was just so good. Tom Hardy played Tom Hardy pretty much. That's the only way I can describe that. Charlize Theron, she played a great Fiera. I can't remember her name. See, I can't remember any of the characters of this film. I had a really good time with this film. The cinematography of this film was great. Just everything was so good with this film. And I really enjoyed it, and I'm really looking forward to the sequel. So that's my number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Spectre.
Is this really what you want? Living in the shadows? Hunting, being hunted, always alone.
I don't stop to think about it.
It was me, James. The author of all your pain.
Now, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was really good way of sending off Daniel Craig if this is his last James Bond film. However, I've heard that he's possibly coming back for another one, even though this was supposed to be his last. But this film was really good, and one of my favourite parts of this film was Dave Bautista's performance. I really enjoyed him in it. I thought it was really menacing, and he was just really good in it. Daniel Craig and everybody else gave off a fantastic performance though, and the plot of this film was great. Obviously going back to the old espionage, James Bond. I had a right blast with this film. This film was really good. I really enjoyed it. Coming in at my number 3 is Ant-Man.
You're just a thief!
No.
I'm Ant-Man. I know. It wasn't my idea.
I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was Marvel sort of coming back on top. Paul Rudd was fantastic in it as Scott Lang. Michael Douglas was great as Hank Pym. Evangeline Lilly was great as the Wasp. Or Janet Van Dyne. Everybody was just really good in this film. This film was so much fun. It was so funny, and just everything was really good with this film. And obviously, because it's a Marvel film, I had to have it on my list. Coming in at number 2 now, this was supposed to be a joint first place, but I had to have a number 2, and I thought, which film did I see more for my number 1, and which one did I feel I enjoyed more and had a better experience with? So that's why this film is at my number 2, and this film is Straight Outta Compton.
Speak a little truth and people lose their minds.
Performance of the song F the Police will not be permitted.
They try to tell us what the fuck we can't play. This NWA. Yo, Trey.
What up?
I got something to say.
Now this is genuinely, quite possibly, apart from number one, my favourite film of the year. This film was so good. The storytelling of how NWA came to rise, the whole racism from the police to the black community was told fantastically. The cinematography was great. The intro of this film is one of the best intros I've seen all year round. I really loved this film. Everybody portrayed their parts fantastically. I loved this film, and I could go on about it for ages, but I might save that for a Blu-ray review, even though I've already done a musical review. But I feel like this film definitely deserves like an in-depth review because it was so good. I really enjoyed this film, but unfortunately it's not going to beat my number one, as much as I hate that it doesn't beat my number one. But my number one is obviously Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Star Wars The Force Awakens, Star Wars The Force Awakens, and Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
A Jedi. They're real.
The Force. It's calling to you. Just let it in.
That's right guys, Star Wars The Force Awakens. No other film has beat this film for me, in my opinion. I really enjoyed this film. It's brought back Star Wars. J.J. Abrams has done a fantastic job. I absolutely loved this film. The new characters I absolutely loved. I love Rey, I love Finn. BB-8 is still fucking adorable. Han Solo was great. Princess Leia was great. I don't really want to give it away, but obviously we know that Luke Skywalker's in the film, so it was just... This entire film was mind-blowing. Paul Dameron as well, holy crap, played by Oscar Isaac. My god, he was so good. Wow, just this film, it still blows my mind when I think about it. I've seen it twice already. I've seen the IMAX screening and I've seen the Real D 3D screening. I might save it for another video where I compare my two experiences. However, I want to go and see it more times, and I really want to go see it in the D-Box, and I want to see it in 2D so that way I can compare all the versions of the Star Wars films. So like I say, I might save a full-blown review, even though I did one, but it doesn't really convey my feelings of how I really feel about this film. So I might save it for another video where I compare each of the experiences and go a bit more in depth with the film. But guys, that's my list of 2015, the best films that I have seen. There are a couple of mentions like I was saying at the beginning of the video, and these are The Revenant, The Hateful Eight, Creed and The Walk. Unfortunately, they aren't released here in the UK, so I haven't had a chance to see them. When they do come out, I might rearrange this list because I feel like those films are going to come into my favourite films of 2015 because I am really excited for these. Yes, I know The Walk came out, but I'm waiting for it to come out in Blu-ray so that way I can watch it then, which probably won't be till about January or February. So I might redo this list, but as for now, these are my favourite films of 2015. What are your favourite films of 2015? Let me know in the comments section below. Ha, I didn't point at my junk this time. And there is going to be a top 10 worst list of 2015 because there were quite a few shitty films this year. I hope you enjoyed my top 10 list. Thank you so much for watching. If you feel like subscribing to see my top 10 worst list coming up and my trailer reactions and all sorts of things, please click the subscribe button down below. Take care of yourselves guys, and I shall see you in the next trailer reaction or normal video that I decide to do. You'll just need to wait and see what happens. So goodbye guys, take care, stay safe.